Okay, Earth Explorers, we're just waiting for the affiliates to check in. Shouldn't take more than about 20 or 25 seconds here. There's Rockfin, there's Foxhole, and looks like everybody else is live. So let's go ahead and bring the studio in.
Enough. They'll start to believe you. And by the way, we got. There's something about MAGA country, play it over again. We got. Make America great again. It's okay to get along with heads of other countries, don't you think? Trump was so friendly with Russia. Think of it. You know, they say it over and over on the fake news media. Oh, there's a lot of them. The media in this country is corrupt. Cameron just went off, and keep saying it. They'll start to believe you. Two cameras just went off. I think it's one of my greatest achievements. They don't like it when I do. Oh, gee, I'm so surprised. And by the way, we got. There's something about MAGA country, play it over again. We got. Make America great again. They go and target.
Here we go, hour one.
Wherever you are, make it Truth Frequency Radio.
And greetings, Earth Explorers. Welcome to X Squared Radio. I'm your host, Brooks Agnew, coming to you live from an undisclosed location east of the Appalachian Mountains. This is where the past meets the future. In here, the results are always positive. We might go a little past your imagination. Have no fear. You'll be safely traveling with us. So I have a lot to go over tonight. We're starting the month of February. And I'm excited about it, but there's a lot of heavy things going on in the world. Last night I was on Earth Radio down in Jacksonville, Florida, with my good friend Dr. Truth and Double A and others. And we discussed a lot of these issues on terrestrial radio. And hopefully the people in Florida really liked it. We discussed the global syndicate. We discussed what's going on in Canada. We discussed what's going on with various forces that the global syndicate is applying around the world to accomplish its mission, which is to destroy America and remove it from the face of the earth. And I want to welcome everyone in the chat room out there. Who is that? On D-Live, Brooks Agnew is the man. Whatever, that's your call sign? Well, that's all right. I might let you stay. Andres, good to see you out there. Hollerworth guy. Top Drifter, Old Dog. Excellent group out there, and it's going to continue to grow. We're probably going to have to say goodbye to YouTube here in about 3 minutes. So if you're on YouTube, I love you. You got the notification. Yeah, you've logged in. You've done your part. But as you know, Google routinely violates our civil rights by censoring our speech. We didn't make it. It was a 2-hour program last night in Jacksonville, Florida. We didn't make it 35 minutes into the first hour, and YouTube had banned us for hate speech. because we were speaking the truth. But it wasn't my program. I was just the guest. But you know you're over the target when you start taking flack. So, sorry about that, Eric. Yep. You're going to have to make the switch over to one of these other free speech platforms. We are streaming to you live on audio through the Truth Frequency Radio Network, which is where the Truth Freaks hang out, and we're not afraid to let our freak flag fly. And we are the voice of the revolution. That goes out through TalkStream Live to radio stations all over the world, through iHeartRadio and through TuneIn Radio and Orange Radio and all these other rebroadcast affiliates. But we are also streaming at this very moment simultaneously live on Foxhole, Twitch, Facebook, DLive, Twitter, currently YouTube, Rumble, and Rockfin, Rokfin, if you want to get out there. By the way, I have wised up on Rockfin and stopped making my content premium. So now you can listen there for free. You don't have to pay anything to listen to America Free Radio on Rockfin. My mistake, my bad. I'm glad somebody brought that to my attention, and I got with the guys, and we cleared that up over the weekend. Let's see. One other thing I can discuss before we say goodbye to YouTube. I have opened discussions with entertainment law firms to begin turning the Birth Trilogy, that's Bearth for those of you that have not read it, to begin turning the Birth Trilogy into a TV series. So we're starting the process, and if you want to catch up or be ahead of the TV series, all you have to do is pick up the book at my website. You can buy it directly from Amazon, or you can buy it from my website autographed, because I do have a few sets of those still in-house, and I'll ship them directly to you from me here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they'll be autographed, and that'll be especially nice, especially when the TV series comes out. You'll be ready. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We have been working on this. I've managed to raise enough money through my consulting business. At least I can get through the retainer part of this, and we'll see where we go from here. The reason I'm doing this, I know you asked the question in the chat room. The reason I'm doing this is that I read an article about 5 days ago, and it was sort of an insight into the online entertainment industry, not Google and that, but I mean Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and, all the other content providers that have gone through, old TV programs, cartoon programs, old movies. They've bought all the rights to them, put them on there, and you know what? People have binged through it. So the product is now mature, and this is not what industries like to see. They don't like to see their supply chain become mature, because it means they're basically out of business. Not very many people are trending to watch, Lucille Ball episodes or episodes of, South Park or whatever they can binge on. It means, and this was part of the article, they're going to spend between $3 and $4 billion in 2022 for new content, and they're looking. Now, I realize there are 25,000 screenwriters ahead of me, but they're looking for four things. One is a multi-series novel, like a trilogy, which the Birth Trilogy is. The second, they're looking for fairly public figures, people that already have an audience built. They're not unknown. The third thing they're looking for is scripts already written that have been through table reads and won some awards. I've got that. The fourth thing they're looking for is a theme that is global in scope, that is to say, has the classic unsolvable a challenge and has deep spiritual overtones. So we're not just looking for like a big war flick or Walking Dead flick or something like that. They're looking for something that has a cross between, science fiction and spirituality and good versus evil, and of course also has the classic plots in it, girl gets boy, girl, a boy loses girl, chase scenes, violence, and all that stuff, which the Birth trilogy has. So we have all four aspects that they're looking for. The only thing we don't have is the network connection. Now, I was talking with the attorney, the law firm, to get the interview process out of the way. And I said, you know the series Stranger Things, right? He said, oh, yeah, I'm familiar with it. I said, that series got bought at a restaurant. They had no script. They had no actors. They had no director. All they had was a production company and a concept on a cocktail napkin. And that's how it got bought. And they've made millions off that program. He said, yeah, that's true. But what did it take to get that dinner? What did it take to get that sit down at that table with that cocktail napkin, with that network executive? You see, that's where the attorney comes in. Because in the hierarchy of the pyramid of entertainment, at least online entertainment, you have the entertainment attorney is at the top. Then you have the managers below that, and he may work with 2, 3, 4 managers, which are entertainment managers. Each manager will work with 2 or 3 agents, and each agent will work with 2 or 3 actors and maybe 2 or 3 directors. That's a pretty good size agency there. And that's the story. So you don't go to get an agent because they're only going to introduce you to a couple of actors. You don't go to a manager because your script may not be ready. It might be a waste of their time. You go directly to the law firm, and that way everything is set up. Your LLC is set up, your script is vetted, your lines judged, all your mistakes have been corrected, it's in the right format, and then it goes to a manager. And then a manager can adjust it. They may say, oh, we need, more conflict here. We need more romance here. We need more, this is too much CGI for a first episode of a new series. So there are budget constraints. There are actor constraints. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, which over 30 major motion pictures and I don't know, a dozen or so major TV series like Homeland series and others have been filmed right here in Charlotte. So it's a big film community. Lots and lots of resources here. But to tell you the honest truth, the film industry is on its butt here in Charlotte because when our crooked Democrat governor came in, the first thing that he did is rescind the tax credits for the film industry. So they promptly left town and went to Atlanta. We haven't made a movie here in this city since. Not any. I mean, it cost the state $200-300 million in lost revenue right there. Plus, he blocked the Republican National Convention. Another $150 million in revenue lost to the state. So our crooked Democrat Governor Cooper has cost the state pretty much $500 million in lost revenue. Real, honest, hardworking, red-blooded American, profitable revenue. And it's going to come to an end all this year. And that's good. It's good timing for me to spend the money to do this. So that's where we're at. Okay, now we got to say goodbye to YouTube. I'm sorry. I hate to do this. But right out of the gate, we're going to be talking about something that it just won't do in the YouTube community. So good night, YouTube. For those of you that are on YouTube, just go to the description right down below. Yep, right there. I got my finger right over it. See where it says more under description? Click on that and go to any one of these wonderful free speech platforms